Welcome back. I always remember the phrase, doing well by doing good. And as we were just discussing before we came on camera with Chef Brandon Price, Even Stevens really is the model for how to make delicious food, but also to have your corporate mission aligned from the very beginning of the business. Welcome.
Thank you.
Good to see you, brother. Thanks for being here.
Yeah. So we have exciting things coming up, right? Ogden Restaurant Week. It's the 6th annual Ogden Restaurant Week, which we love. We have a beautiful store on Washington right there, downtown. And we've had it for almost, it's been like almost 3 years now.
Nice.
Wow, yeah, that's great.
It's been a minute,
that's great.
So what we're gonna prepare right now is our Mohawk Pork. So this goes on our Mihami Vice. So Mohawk Pork is usually made like Cuban style, and they marinate in this orange juice kind of thing. And what we've done is kind of combine two versions of it. So we're going to kind of braise it or boil it, kind of how, you know, a more Mexican style pulled pork carnitas would go, right?
So almost al pastor style.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so, but what we're gonna do is, instead of with al pastor, what you're gonna end up with, we're gonna lose some here. What you're gonna end up with is pineapple juice. Right?
Oh, wow, okay.
And so what we did instead of pineapple juice is orange juice to kind of hit off those Cuban flavors,
The Cuban
right?
flavors still, okay.
So it ends up, you know, you want to chop up kind of a pork loin, pork shoulder, and you're going to cover it with orange juice. I have a quart here. If you need more, you can use it.
Get a little bit more, yeah. Just basically just make sure all the pork is submerged in that juice there.
Exactly. We have some lemon zest and lime zest.
Very nice.
Never horrible, right? We want to juice some lemon and some lime as well. And because it's going to cook and you're going to actually boil it down until it's like falling apart, it's going to just incorporate all those like nice citrus flavors.
Oh, wow.
And it'll be great. So it'll take probably
absorb
like
all those juices.
45, 50 minutes, you know. You want to crush just a little bit of garlic in there as well, which is never bad, right?
Oh, got a garlic and everything, I say, for the most part.
And then we want just a little bit of heat, like nothing to overpower all those, you know, people that say they're not into spicy food. It's more just the flavor of the jalapenos, right?
Okay.
And we're just gonna let that go.
So notice you're doing kind of more thicker cuts here. Is
Exactly.
Is it more just to extract the flavor out of the jalapeno?
Yes,
Okay.
and I want big enough cuts that it's not gonna, I'm not gonna have to pull it out of in between the pork. I can just pull the whole thing. And the other technique that you can do is cut it in half and seed it if you're too scared for
the heat.
all the heat.
Okay.
Right? So so that's the pork, and we're just gonna let that go. And TV magically is going to give us things that are already done.
Right? Isn't that the beautiful part of television?
It is the beautiful part of television. So we have some really awesome. So that's the main thing that we have on the Mihami. But as you can see, I have some toasting up right here.
Oh, very nice. That looks beautiful.
Yeah. So this is the Mohawk pork. So you can't see all those awesome ingredients. What we're going to do is you're going to taste all of it, right? And so the classic Cuban is really, you know, it's a bunch of cheaper ingredients that are like put together into more than the sum of its parts, right? Well, what we wanted to do is actually focus on each one of the ingredients. And so we make this pork. We actually make this ham. It's our recipe made for us. It's not made in house, but it's made by a company called Lauer's Meats out of Logan, Utah.
Very nice.
And they make it custom for us. The bread is baked special from Stone Ground Bakery, local as well. And we make a really awesome creamy mustard that kind of goes. So it's kind of hinting at all those flavors, but yet we're not trying to be a classic. We're not trying to be authentic by any means. We're trying to put our own spin on it. Yeah. And so the best part about this is some pickles.
The pickles, yes.
Yeah, and so I'm just gonna give a little slice here.
Give it that crunchy, crispy texture.
Exactly. And, I mean, add some acidity, because you think about all this pork you got going on, there's some acidity to pull through all the fat, right? And so let's pull.
So about how long does the pork simmer in the?
It's like 30 to 45 minutes.
Very nice.
That's not bad.
It's really not bad. And really, if you use like a pork shoulder, it'll break down a little bit easier. If you're using like a loin, it'll kind of tighten up. So you'll have to cook it a little bit longer. Okay. You just want to go until you can pull it with a fork. You don't have to go too crazy with it. If you want it super tender and keep cooking it down, it'll get sweeter, which is fun too.
And you've got that acid in there with all of the citrus fruits to help that breakdown process.
So that's in the Ogden Restaurant Week. That's one of the sandwich that we're offering.
Awesome.
With a side of shishito peppers. So a lot of people don't know about those, right? So it's a Japanese style pepper. It's a hybrid pepper. And so it's kind of fun. So 1 in every 10 are spicy. So it's like,
Huh.
yeah, it's kind of like you're rolling the dice, like wondering which one you're gonna get, right? So it's exciting. But we saw around Salt Lake City, we went to a couple fine dining restaurants, and we saw these awesome sides at bars and things, and this one kept popping up for us, and we loved eating it so much, and we're like, well, why can't we put this at a sandwich shop? And we honestly thought that those ingredients were so expensive, and that's why they charge $14 for a side of it, right?
Yeah.
You go to a normal fine dining restaurant in Salt Lake City.
No?
It's $12, $14, right? So what we've done is it's actually $3.95 on our regular menu for a full side, which is awesome, right? But we also offer it for $2 as an upgrade onto just switch out your side, because your side comes with chips. We believe that for under $10 you can get a sandwich and a side, and you should be able to have a full meal.
Have a full meal,
Exactly.
absolutely.
What we wanted to offer is soup, shishito peppers. Right now we have some Brussels sprouts, which we'll switch out into
Yes.
asparagus with the seasonal vegetable right now. Yeah, and we also have tots. We call them saucy tots because we serve them in 3 different sauces. One's including beer cheese. So
Very nice. That sounds
yeah.
delicious.
So those sides are really exciting for us right now. But at Ogden Restaurant, like I say, so you can get this for lunch, right? And then at night, there's a $17 option that comes with a really awesome dessert called a pookie pie, which we make custom with City Cakes, which is a gluten-free vegan bakery. So.
Awesome. So
Hitting all the notes.
Yeah, we try to, and that's the thing about Even Stevens. We believe that as a company, we're all inclusive, right? That everybody is invited in our doors, right? That everybody gets fed from the experience, whether you or the nonprofit that's the money that's donated to it. And then we also believe that, we have tons of vegan and vegetarian options.
So cool.
We also offer gluten-free bread, and so we try to include, everybody that we possibly can. And please let us know if we didn't include you. We want to create a menu item just
well, that's
for you.
great.
Yeah.
It's great to hear that you guys are definitely receptive to all of your guys' customers. And aside from, so this is kind of the menu for the Ogden Restaurant
Yeah,
Week.
so
You get the
there's
$10, the
Yep.
2 for the lunch, and then you get 3, including the dessert at dinner for $17.
And you can check
really
out
great deal.
visit ogden.org.gov, one of those. Yeah.
.org, I'm pretty
.org,
sure.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And so there it has a full list of our menu. There's a couple other sandwiches that we offer. Also the turkey pot roast.
Oh,
which
yes.
is an awesome one for us. And so there's a couple other options for sides as well. So you can kind of look through that and decide what you want ahead of time, or just come into our shops and we have awesome, what we call experience creators that we can they can guide you in the right direction.
Excellent.
So.
And aside from supporting all of these local businesses and all this local food and produce, you guys do a really great job at supporting our local community as well by donating sandwiches. For people who aren't familiar with Even Stevens, your guys' whole business model is built upon buying a sandwich and giving a sandwich.
It is.
Can you talk about that while Terry and I take a little
Of
taste
course,
test
yeah.
of this guy
Let's
here?
Hack at it.
All right,
so,
Terry, let's do
the
this.
way the nonprofit system kind of works for us.
Cheers, brother. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Is that every single one of our locations, we now have 20 locations across the United States, and each one of those locations has 4 nonprofits. And so those 4 nonprofits benefit from it. And so we do a 1-for-1. So we create a recipe for
I
the
just
nonprofits.
sorry to interrupt you.
No,
but-
you're good.
Wow.
This is why we're here, right?
This is why we're here. This is amazing. And continue with your
Appreciate
nonprofits,
it.
absolutely.
Yeah, and so those nonprofits benefit, and so it's in your community. So wherever you go, if you're going to the Sloan's Lake store in Denver, Colorado, you are basically we're forcing you to be a philanthropist in the area and donate money and towards. So we say sandwich for sandwich because what we do is we create a recipe, right? And that recipe is a nutritious sandwich. Contains protein, cheese, whole wheat bread, and veggies, right? And from that recipe, then we calculate that into a dollar amount, and that dollar amount then gets donated every single time that the nonprofits. And so it seems like it could be somewhat marginal, right? When it's built like that. But what it is we've donated over 2 million sandwiches.
Wow.
And so you could calculate, it doesn't matter, even if it was 1 cent we were donating, right? And so there's a lot of stuff going into it. But between all the nonprofits, it's just a great experience. Yesterday we had the Boys and Girls Club of Sugar House.
Oh, very nice.
In our headquarters.
Perfect.
And so that was really fun because it's the Blue Week that they kind of talk about with Boys and Girls Club. So it's really exciting to be a part of all of that. As a chef, it's great to not only have skills towards food, but know that you're helping the communities out across the United States as we go.
Absolutely. It's great. You guys are doing fantastic work. Even Stevens, this is Brandon Price, is the chef. Thank you so much for joining us here. And thank you for this
Thank you so much, man.
delicious sandwich. Make your way over to Even Stevens up in Ogden at their Washington Street store, where they're going to have some really great specials for you. For lunch, you got the $10 deal here. You get a sandwich and a side, as well as for dinner, the 3 with the great dessert that you guys made as well. Great vegan and gluten-free options, so definitely hang out at Even Stevens. You guys always have a great deal going on as well.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Yep. We'll continue here on the Mountain Morning Show right after this. Don't go anywhere.